Good afternoon and welcome. Yes, make sure I'm plugged in right. Welcome to my daily Facebook Live message. My name is Barry Selby. I am a best-selling author, speaker, and relationship attraction expert, helping strong, successful women find balance in love, life, and business. I'm also a passionate champion of the divine feminine. And every day I do a talk about love and relationships, masculine and feminine polarity, purpose, stuff like that. And since today is Valentine's Day, as you may have guessed from my previous talks that have led up to this, I've got something to say. So let me frame it by saying these are messages from the masculine to inspire the feminine heart is the full title. This is number 258. I didn't track. I think it's 58. 258, not just 58. These are my daily talks to inspire, provoke, invite, entertain, and in other ways inform. That's a good list. So, first of all, some other names for Valentine's Day. One was called, somebody posted earlier today, Singles Awareness Day, which is why I'm going to speak about this today, because there's an interesting, it's like Singles Awareness Day, or is it Singles Isolation Day? There's a certain theme in there, and I'm going to play with that in a moment. But I wanted to start with by saying a friend of mine, an name out of my head. Lisa Dan. Oh boy, I'm in trouble now. Well, I'll quote her first and hopefully I remember the name afterwards, because I did quote her on my Facebook wall and gave her props for it. Basically, she's a comedian, so she could say this. Ms. Datner was, here's Lisa. Laurie? Lisa, I'm in trouble now. She's going to kill me. But what she said was that being single on Valentine's Day is like being Jewish at Christmas. And it busted me up because I silly got the analogy, because people say, well, that's not the same thing because Jews get Christmas too. It's like, it's not the point. Growing up Jewish, I can speak to this. And being single on Valentine's Day, I can see the parallel. Simply that at Christmas time, I know it sounds like totally unrelated, but let me get there. At Christmas time, we Jewish people, although I'm spiritually not Jewish, but I was raised Jewish, felt a little bit like we didn't belong. It was a strange, interesting feeling. And, the thing about the Jews is famous. My friends called it going to the Juvies, or doing the Juvies, where we go for, Jews going to the movies on Christmas Day, going for Chinese food. That was the traditional appearance of what Jews did on Christmas, because we weren't part of the main Christmas theme, it seemed. We didn't go to Mass, we didn't do the religious stuff, of course. Transpose that with Valentine's Day, which is where a lot of singles may feel left out. Again, I'm going to get to this. And there is a certain parallel there. And being a single Jewish guy, that's a double hit, in a way. Like, bam, Christmas and Valentine's Day. How sad is that? It's not actually, it's a lot of fun. But I'll speak to a couple of things. If you watched my broadcast yesterday, I did present what I actually mockingly called the Singles Survival Guide to Thanksgiving. Where did that come from? I'm covering all the seasons, or festivals. I called it the Singles Survival Guide to Valentine's Day, and I basically, in flow, because it wasn't scripted or planned, I came up with 3 or 4 different keys that will help you thrive and succeed on Valentine's Day and beyond. So I'm going to probably pull a couple of those in because I want to speak to that today. Because those of you who are single, especially if you're watching now, because the evening hasn't happened yet on the West Coast, so Valentine's evening, which is the most dramatic part of this whole thing, can be challenging. If you're going out to eat tonight on your own or with friends, you can see lots of loving couples with roses and champagne, toasting, and possible proposals happening at different restaurants. It's almost like a plague. Now I'm being a bit cynical, and being a love coach, that's a dangerous place to play. But I want to speak to this a little bit. Okay, I'm seeing like competing intentions happening inside. So let me speak to this one part. If you know the origin of Valentine's Day, it ain't a pretty picture. In a nutshell, and I may be paraphrasing, distorting the words, the framing, back in Roman times, there was a decree that came down from the emperor that he was banning people from getting married because it impacted his army, because when men got married, they didn't have a focus on being military. And there was a priest or a Roman religious teacher, what I'm going to call him, but he basically named Valentine, who was shocked at this and decided in secret to help get lovers married, so he'd get marrying them. The Caesar found out, had him basically killed, beheaded, whatever, and named this day forever as being Valentine's Day in memory of, or I should say in infamy, because of his crossing the Caesar. Not a very good picture. There's another one about 2 different people who were also executed around the same idea. So bottom line is about this. Valentine's Day that we know now is not Valentine's Day from way back. It's a Hallmark occasion. So the good news is, if you don't want to invest in Hallmark, you're free. Because most of what's happening in Valentine's Day really is being promoted by De Beers, who make diamonds, Hallmark, who makes cards, Ghirardelli, who makes chocolates, not the best ones, but they make good chocolates, and Teleflora for making flowers. They're the sponsors of Valentine's Day. And the restaurants, of course, who charge a massive prefix menu price for the same meal they charge regular prices on Tuesday and Thursday. Go figure. So, now I've debunked Valentine's Day. Let me speak to the singles out there. First of all, the idea of Valentine's Day is a beautiful one. So let me just bring it completely around the other side, which is Valentine's Day is a beautiful idea. However, the way people treat it doesn't do honor to the idea. It decimates it. Because so many people are caught up in like, oh my God, I've got to get a restaurant reservation. And right now I noticed, because friends of mine were getting reservations here in LA, and a lot of the restaurants are booked up now. And again, the menus are raised in price. It's a special menu set up, which makes things very, what's the word I'm looking for? Frustrating. Because it suddenly makes this wonderful idea of Valentine's Day about love and expansiveness and joy and celebration this stressful, worrying, appointment type event, and it's not fun anymore. So Valentine's Day as an idea, again, not the history, not the marketing, but the idea of it, which is really, for me, truly about showing love. And so I posted today, says about Happy Valentine's Day, and if you're single and celebrate your freedom. That was kind of mocking Ray, because I'm a big fan of relationships, as you know, it's my work. But this dance between making Valentine's Day special when it's one day of the year. And some people commented on it, which I appreciate, was about the fact they said that with their partners, they actually celebrate every day, which I applaud that massively, because it is a big requirement, I think, in relationships, a big commitment in relationships, to be consistently romantic loving with each other, not just once a year. And if you're into a relationship thinking that's the way you're going to do it, is once a year, you're making a bad choice. So back to the singles. I will get here eventually. For singles who are out there, there is a sense that maybe you want to just stick your head in the sand and ignore Valentine's Day, and go watch the Olympics tonight and then go back to work tomorrow. But I want to play with this, throw a different idea at you, and this is tying into yesterday's broadcast slightly. I mentioned yesterday that I actually was sharing some things from one of my online programs, which is for women to attract the man they want. But I was talking about one of the things you do is to love yourself, to really honor, respect, and appreciate yourself, and really honor. I said that, honor, respect, yeah. Raise the bar for yourself to have self-respect, self-care, self-love. What I'm going to add to that as a suggestion today, for those of you who are single and you are feeling like you're missing out, and maybe you're feeling like you wish you had your partner, or you maybe had a recent breakup, is to actually put some energy into your intentions. Now, I talked about this before the New Year, after Christmas, about intentions versus resolutions. So I'm not going to go back and cover that. You can go back and watch my broadcast from between Christmas and New Year's if you want to catch that one. That launched a whole other program I launched last month called Rocket 2018. But that's another story. This point, if you're somebody who is looking to be less lonely, which is, again, I got to go there now. Damn, I say these things, I've got to explain what I mean by them. I should say explain what they mean to you. Okay, quickly. Being alone and being lonely are two different things. If you're spending the day on Valentine's Day feeling lonely, you really need to connect with yourself. That's a given, because if you feel like you need somebody else to make you feel happy, you're in a trapped situation, because you're feeling like that person will make you feel better, which means if they don't show up, you won't feel better, which means they have power over you. Do you get that one? Subtle but direct. So being lonely is a telling indicator that you're not appreciating yourself enough. So that's one of your homework assignments if you feel lonely, is take time to love yourself, to really fill up your heart, to pour into the mirror if necessary, and reflect it back to yourself. That's one of the things from yesterday, but this is another level of that. Secondly, if you're someone who is alone, not lonely, but desirous of having an amazing relationship, what I would suggest you do is your homework today. Yes, your homework. You get a homework on Valentine's Day from me. I'm a love coach. Got to pick my day. Start getting clear about what you really want. Not just who shows up, because a lot of your past relationships may have been somebody who just showed up. But start having an intention. And what I mean by is setting up a vision or intention what you really want. I'm not going to go into great detail because this is part of my online program and there's 8 different pieces to this. But the one piece I want to talk about is if you're feeling that it's time for you to have what you want, which maybe today's a good inspiration for that. Maybe it's triggering things in you going, I've been single long enough. It's time to have what I want. I'm not saying it's going to happen tonight because that would be either convenient and possibly dangerous because it may be something that's in the in the spark of the moment. It doesn't go anywhere. So I'm talking about this as a internal practice for you to do for yourself. So what is it you really do want in a relationship? What qualities do you want? What sort of partnership do you want to have? What do you want to do together in the future? What's your vision of where you want to go in this relationship? Now, if it's just something simple, you want to just have somebody you can sleep with, that's your choice. But I'm talking about if you want something more than that, that has a deeper level of connection, of intimacy, of communication, of expression than you've had so far. If that's the case, okay, I'm waiting for the download on this one, is in your homework assignment, take out a piece of paper. You can do it on your computer too. It's easier on the computer because you can always edit and rearrange the words. But either on your computer in a Word document or on a piece of paper on the desk, however you want to do this, start writing out statements, declarative, positive, inclusive, I'm trying to think what the words mean, statements about what you want. So, for example, if you're saying you want to be with someone who is going to travel around the world with you, then put it in the current tense and state it as an ownership statement. So I'm enjoying my partnership as we travel around the world, loving each other, expressing ourselves, and having a great time in different locations, for example. That's just the one way of putting it. But you see, that's a positive, in-the-moment, ownership language statement. That's different from future sense. It's also different from, it'd be nice to have it, where it's wondering. So these are intentions, and they're positive, they're enforced, and they're owned intentions that you can create. So your homework assignment, as apparently I'm giving you one now, I didn't plan on it, but this is what comes up, is I want you to come up with at least 10. Yes, 10 different intentions around your future relationship. Again, you frame it in present tense, in actions, you're doing it, and your name is in it. You express yourself, or saying I or me, included in the statement. So it's not the relationship will be great, it's like my relationship will be great. So those 3 pieces are important to it. Again, so ownership, by putting your name in it, your choice in it. Present tense, and in action. I almost spaced on that for a second. Just checking something here. Yeah, I've got juice. Okay. Just watching my screen do strange things, which you won't be seeing on your side. It's just my screen apparently does that. I was feeling the urge to give you more homework, but I'm not going to do that. So for you singles out there, particularly the single ladies, if you want to go deeper, I have something for you. But I'm going to talk about it here because this is going to be published other places and this is not a place to market it. But if you just do that homework assignment, the intention setting 10 different intentions in the present tense about your future relationship that you don't have yet, if you're single, that will give you a good start. And if you want to go deeper, reach out to me. I have something special I want to let you know about. This is for the ladies intentionally, but this practice you can do, men and women can do this, by the way. Now, little subtle difference here. For men, in your statements, put yourself in leadership. Frame it in the languaging that you're intending to, take your partner with you, or to support her in what's going on, that sort of thing. You play with it. It doesn't have to all be that way, but at least have 2 or 3 of those statements include that framing, that languaging. Ladies, in the same 10 statements, make sure a couple of them you put in there about how you're enjoying being taken care of, or you enjoy being surprised by where he takes you, that sort of languaging, so you can have fun with it. So that's the difference between the masculine and feminine, or the male and female versions of this. Again, both can do this, but if you want to get more deeper help in this program, in the program I have, that's for the ladies, not for the men. Unless you want to attract another man. Some do. That's not my primary focus. I don't work with gay couples. I work with straight, usually. But frankly, love is love, so maybe that's not happening too. So, I think I've just run out, because that seems like I've started to get to a place where there's no recourse or place back from. Just checking actually how much we've done. Yes, okay, I've done more than my minimum requirement, which is like 10 minutes. Yeah, there you have it. So that's the homework for you. So singles, that's some good news. You've got homework that will help you get what you want. So maybe next Valentine's Day, or Christmas, or Thanksgiving, as I mentioned earlier, you'll be in that wonderful relationship. That's a whole other topic to get into another time. If you haven't watched my broadcast before, I do this every day. This is number 258, I think it is, of my daily Facebook Lives. Maybe it's 57, I double checked. I didn't check the number when I started this one, so I have to look at my sign off. If you have any questions, comments, or thoughts about this broadcast as you're watching the replay or as you have now, please put them in the comments below. I'll answer them when I sign off. I'll certainly look at them. If you want to see my other broadcasts, you can find them on my website, which is barryselby.com. Click on the vlog, video blog, to watch them there. Or on my YouTube channel, which is Barry Selby also, and it's the Messages from the Masculine playlist. Or third place is on my business page on Facebook, which is barryselby.author. Thank you for watching. I wish you an amazing evening if you are going out with a couple, or if you're single, going out and playing as well. If you're doing something else, have a wonderful day today. Enjoy the rest of it. And homework for everybody, gay, straight, couple, single, doesn't matter. Your homework for all of you, on top of what I gave you, oh my God, is to practice self-love. To honor, respect. When you look in the mirror in the bathroom, or you look in the mirror in the car, just silently to yourself say, I love you. Start building your own self-support reservoir, your battery of love, because then you can give more from there. That's your additional homework, which I give every day. So that'll keep you busy. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being with me once again. If you want help, reach out to me. You know how to find me. And take care of yourselves. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.